1, 2, 3, I don't know who else to be. 4, 5, 6, like they say I can't be fixed. 1, 2, 3, your attention's all I need. 4, 5, 6, don't let it slip. 1, 2, 3, I don't know who else to be. 4, 5, 6, like they say I can't be fixed. 1, 2, 3, your attention's all I need. 4, 5, 6, don't let it slip. I don't have any favorite, just give me any kind. Even if it hurts a bit, I think I will be fine. 24/7, all I do is procrastinate, procrastinate. My lesson, 24/7, all I do is procrastinate, procrastinate. Perfection. Perfection. 1, 2, 3, I don't know who else to be. 4, 5, 6, like they say I can't be fixed. 1, 2, 3, your attention's all I need. 4, 5, 6, don't let it slip. Some sort of an addiction. They all have a prediction. I think it's just some fiction.
Welcome, everybody, to the show. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hi, how's it going? Welcome to Ask a Wizard. Oh, boy, we need to do a summoning ritual. Hi, over there on Instagram. How's it going? You should go on YouTube now. I suggest it forcefully. Oh, I'm a big fan of forceful suggestions. I have a new addiction I need to tell you about. But before we get to that, I need to do a summoning ritual. Oh, Peeves, can you make a noise for us?
Hello.
Welcome, Ghost Toaster Peeves. How are you? I was just about to tell them of my new obsession. I'm absolutely addicted to. Oh, it's so much fun. Rather than preparing for the show and making everything nice for you guys, I spent my entire time binging my newest and latest addiction, which is cop versus idiot videos. It's my new favorite genre. There's these fools who are obsessed with doing absolutely everything stupid and wrong when confronted with police officers. I find it absolutely addicting. I'm just sitting there the whole time, and there's this format. If you guys could help me find this, and if you happen to have this addiction too, I want you to let me know. Give me some sources. I need more. I've exhausted all of TikTok. I've watched every single TikTok video. I'm out of material. I need more, my friends. This stuff is my jam. So basically, here's the premise. Complete moron decides big full-blown R comes in and he's like, I know the Constitution. This guy on TikTok told me that my rights are. And then he is approached by a police officer, and the police officer proceeds to rip him out and just smash his face into the ground and start beating him with a club. And all the while this is all going on, the overlay of a lawyer comes on, and he comes over and it's like, here is why Tony says his constitutional right is being violated. But here we can see in Article 3, it is not being violated. These cops are correct. As he's stomping the guy's head into the ground, it's just, I love it. Oh, it makes me so happy. I love when fools make their mission in life to just into stupidity, and then they suffer consequences for that. I love it. I know everyone, you're supposed, oh no, that's wrong. There's rights and citizenship. I don't care. I don't care at all. I don't get, but don't you think you should have more rights? No. I think that if you're a fool in front of anyone who has a gun, and you start treating them like crap, you should expect to be shot. I think that that's just a good general rule. If a guy has a gun and you're being a total jerk to him in public, you should expect to get shot. That seems like what I personally would do. Could you imagine? I've been pulled over so many times. I've never gotten a ticket. You know why? Because I'm not a complete and total jerk. And I'm committing tons of crimes. I mean, I've got 15 illegals in my trunk alone. I pack them in like a clown car. I am just trafficking these people all the time. What are other crimes that you're not supposed to do? I got explosives in there. I show them. I say, hey, you like explosives? Check out this one. Boom. Yeah, that'll blow up a safe for a bank real good, huh? They're like, wow, that's really cool. But because I treat them like humans, they let me go. Every time I am completely safe and unharmed. It's very, very nice. I highly recommend that you guys treat people who have guns, or just treat people in general nice. You know, this whole show, I'm not like this in public. I'm very nice to people. I'm very kind to everyone, except when I'm not. But that's okay, okay? So you should try this out. So that's my new addiction. If you guys can help me out with this, it's a big, big ask. The ones that I like the most. So I'm not a fan of the one where, oh, look how bad the cops are, because I don't care. I think that the cops should be far more aggressive. I want them to be more violent, more aggression. I'm surprised they aren't just blowing these people up every single video. It blows my mind. My genre that I'm into is, oh, and also this is a very big, for this is my shout out to my libbers, the libbies, the libs. What do they call them now? Is that what's the nice way? Because liberal is what they're called, but it's also the slur. You know, like that's how you slurs. Oh, that's a liberal, but that's also their name. You know, so like, do they have like a nice way to refer to them? What do you guys prefer? Let me know. I want everyone to like me. I like all the people. I like the Repubs. I like the Libs. I like them all. I like everybody, okay?
And just yesterday, you were saying you're excited to hate more people.
Exactly. This is what they don't understand. Is it's all about it's the story, the invention. But what I have come to find is that stupidity is a universal metric. You could be black, you could be white, you could be Mexican, you could be Asian. There are stupid people everywhere, and they are all just irritating to cops, and it's quite fun. So the genre that I'm,
for you.
Yes, let's hear it.
Do you have a link to the stream?
Do I have a link to the stream? Yeah. Oh, could you put it in the Discord? Have you been to...
I don't have it.
Go to YouTube, click live. You'll see me live, and just take that. It's right there.
Okay.
And then put it on YouTube. Thank you. I appreciate that. I appreciate everyone. All of you. Everybody. So what would I say? Okay, so my addiction. So my addiction is very simple. I need the genre of video, which is cop is very aggressive, but within his rights. And so that's the first distinction, is that you got moron acting like an idiot with the cop, and the cop is aggressive with him, but within his rights. And the third element that I'm looking for is the lawyer who does a play-by-play of the whole situation, which is just fascinating. I should have gotten you guys some clips to show you. I'll bring them next time. We're not going to be here tomorrow, though, so get over it. By the way, Instagram, go to YouTube quickly.
It says waiting.
It says waiting? What do you mean?
Waiting for Ask a Wizard.
I'm live right now. I put myself on the screen. I am watching myself. I can see the chat. Everything is good. I don't know why you're having problems.
Okay, and then I guess it's my
I'll go ahead
problem.
and handle this once again. All right, I'm going to teach OPV how to do this cool thing called copy paste. So what you do is you click copy, you click paste, and then you hit send. There you go. That's all you had to do. It's all done now. It's in the Discord. Happy birthday. I hope you enjoy. I hope you're happy with this, and so on and so forth. PB's interrupting the obvious problem of what the last piece is. So what is the last piece of this content that I need? So the last piece is a play-by-play by lawyers. I love it when the lawyer stops the video and he goes, Mr. Johnson says that his First Amendment right is being violated. Is this true? Well, let's look at case law. Subsection 33 says Johnson is a piece of crap and he's not having a violation whatsoever. This police officer is in the right. And then at the end, they give you a grade. And they're like, police officers, A+. And then driver, F, deserved his sentence. Yeah, that's what I like. That is my vibe. If you got them, send them to me. I'll get you some samples tomorrow. Don't worry about it. It is my new obsession. I am absolutely addicted to it. Now, I'm also going to be showing you guys a lens into a new way of looking at reality later in the show. I have got some TikToks lined up for you, but you can only see them on the big screen. So if you're on Instagram, you got to head on over to YouTube. But we're going to show you how I see the world. Because yesterday we got people who were very confused. They're trying to understand, like, Tyler, what do you mean? You're watching these shows. How do you, what's the story in the paracosm? I'm going to show you one way that I look at this stuff so that you can start to see it this way too. So you can stop getting sucked into these little rabbit holes. But before we do, we need to talk about the biggest announcement ever in all of science history. Science has a new announcement for you guys. Would you like to hear it? OPVs, have you heard of this amazing announcement?
I have not. I'm excited to hear it.
Science has said, and I quote, whoa. Science says that one day we may live in Manhattan-sized asteroid structures in space. Wow, pretty cool, right?
Really?
Yeah. No, why are you guys forwarding this? I saw so many boomers posting this around like it was a thing. That doesn't mean anything. I could do that too. I can go up here. Watch, I'll show you. I sense, my friends, in the near future. Oh, I see that we could one day. One day! Houses could be made of mushrooms. We could plant fungi in the ground and out forth a home could grow. I see that this could be how we live in the future. Very insightful. See? It's stupid. You can't just sit here and tell people, oh, science says that one day you could all just live forever. It's nonsense. You could say that about literally anything. It's insane. I don't know why we allow journalists to put these things out, why they call them this. OPVs, can you help me out here? What's going on?
What do you mean help you out?
I feel like I'm going
cool.
crazy. It's nuts. You know, I've just been spiraling and thinking about how no one else sees the world the way I do. Maybe I'm the kooky one. Maybe I've got the problems.
Well,
maybe the
they
voices
don't.
are right. What?
Yeah, maybe.
Oh, goodness. I mean, let me tell you about this. Like, for example, you people, not me, I don't get this. You people have been obsessed with costumes for a very long time, and I don't understand it at all. For example, are you aware that less than, like, 150 years ago? Maybe even less. I don't know. I'm not in your timeline. I kind of hop around a little bit. But there was a huge period of time where there were human beings on this earth. The entire countries worshipped as gods. They walked around and they're like, yeah, our guy, he's actually God, and he can just go around. He was allowed to just walk in the street. He could just stab a guy in the face and no one would do anything. There's no repercussions. He had full reign. And everyone just went along with that. That was a mode of operation that's still in your hearts, by the way. There are groups, that's all sitting there, that wasn't that long ago, where everyone all together agreed the Emperor of Japan is God, and we need to follow him. And it gets worse. Far, far worse. If you go to Europe, there are still kings and queens. There are people who still put on capes and crowns and walk around and are allowed to just be that. That's their life. They wake up in the morning and they're like, I rule over a kingdom They still put on, they think it's like they're living in Game of Thrones. How does this work? How do you guys live with yourselves, knowing all these conflicting realities are all living together? Does it not drive you mad? Does it not bring you insane amounts of pleasure and joy and confusion and emotions and the roller coaster ride of life that I see it as? Or do you just ignore it all? Explain yourselves now. You first, OPVs.
I probably live with myself because I don't know about all of this.
You don't know that there's still
ignorance is
kings?
bliss.
Okay, so just don't know about anything.
Also, the live still says waiting for me. I don't know if it's just my computer or not, but
OPVs.
can you check it again?
My goodness. Okay. We are gonna go. OPVs is just derailing the thing. She doesn't know how to use it.
Okay, that'll be the last time I mentioned.
She's a girl. They don't know how technology works. It's hey, okay. Just here's the deal. Relax. We'll pander. Shh, it's okay. Everything's gonna be okay. I see myself. I'm alive.
Okay, then you're fine.
Let's if you want, we'll do here's what we'll do. I'm gonna go to the live dashboard. We're gonna go to YouTube Creator Studio. Are there any comments in the comment section? People upset?
Nope.
People saying
Says
this isn't
waiting.
working? It shows right here.
Okay. Then I guess it's
okay.
just me.
We're gonna go ahead and
again.
click it again. How about this? What if we try this? I'll just click refresh. Does that make you guys happy? Are we happy?
We'll see.
My goodness, her stream's starting to look
go.
like
Now I can see it.
Boomer. Oh no. Well, that's okay. We got a hard recording of all of this. Oh wait. Shoot. We've been talking for like 30 minutes now. So if that wasn't recording, then what do we do? Do we just upload the hard recording? I don't know. I don't know anymore, people. I don't like your people's technology. It's very annoying, very frustrating. It's very irritating to me. I don't want anything to do with it. But OPVs, let us know. What are your thoughts about royalty? What are your thoughts about everything? I need to know.
I just live my life. I don't pay attention to all that.
Very good, very good. Okay, now I would like you all to know something very important, which is that there has been fear, and I love me a good fear, amongst the community. People have been concerned. They've been telling me, Tyler, I am very worried. And these are the kinds of things I get all the time from TikTok. You don't really see it from the owls much because the owls are a lot more involved, a lot better people than you. But the peasants, they send me in these DMs. And I get these little clickbait TikTok videos every single day. Your mind would be blown by what I have to deal with. The universe, apparently, is being tampered with by the government. There are government programs that are using time travel, and they're using it to influence the past by trying to get to the future. And that is the claim, that is the concern, and that is the fear that I have been receiving. So, I would like to quell thine fears if you are fearful about the past being affected by the future, and there are others that are a little less crazy. So some of these people think like, what's going on is these time travel. They're trying to break the fabric of reality, and it's affecting the past and all sorts of stuff. And then they go and show you like a box of cornflakes, and they're like, see, it's proof that the universe has been tampered with. Fruit Loops are now Fruit Loopy or whatever. I don't know. They got all sorts of excuses. And then you have the people who are more like a legitimate way of perceiving this fear. You know, they're sitting here and they're afraid because they are like, oh, what they're going to do is change history, and that's going to rewrite history. They're going to like write new stories or rewrite history and stuff like that. And that's going to change the past. The future will change the past. That's the fear. So I'm going to quell all those fears for you now. OPVs, is everything okay? I keep hearing an occasional burn from you. Are you good?
Yeah, everything's good.
Okay, sounds good. So the first thing you need to understand, and why you don't need to be so fearful, my friends, or perhaps you do. Let's find out. Maybe you need to be fearful. Maybe you should be afraid. Let's find out. Aristotle had this amazing quote, and this is going to probably be lost on a lot of you because it certainly was for me. Just take a moment to process it. Aristotle says that change is the actualizing of potentiality. Isn't that crazy? Aristotle believes change is the actualizing of a potentiality of a subject. Let that cook in your brain for a little bit. Pretty freaking deep. Has it sunk in? Very good. So I know Aristotle, he does this all the time. If you're feeling at home and insecure and like, I didn't really get it, that's what Aristotle does. The dude's insane. He's really, really smart. But basically what we're hearing here is that change is better described as becoming. Isn't that an interesting perspective? It's potential becoming actualized. So a seed is not changing into a tree. Within the seed is the potential to be a tree. It's becoming a tree. But that same potential could be squandered. Maybe it doesn't get watered, maybe it doesn't get the right sun, and so on and so forth. And so the change is that it maybe it sprouts and dies. Maybe it doesn't sprout at all. These are all possibilities. And so that concept there is a very interesting paradigm to consider, which is that a lot of times we're like, you have to transform yourself. You have to become something different. And that's not how you actually change things. How you actually change things is by becoming a better version of yourself. Now, his buddy Plato helps us understand this a little bit better. He says that you can understand that the entire reality of life exist in these higher ideals called forms. So you can imagine that there is a cloud of the perfect version of everything, the most justice, the perfect triangle, the highest ideal. And within that cloud of forms exists the optimal version of yourself, the best you could be, that you are becoming, that you can become with the right actions. The perfect form at the top never changes. The best of the best, the archetypal best, will always remain the same. What we perceive as change is different people trying to shoot for that ideal and missing the mark. And so that's what we're perceiving as change, but it's not. It's just people becoming less than they could have been. And so everyone is just trying to become the archetypal perfect version of themselves. And this all ties in with what the Bible tells us. In fact, I didn't even write down the scriptures. I believe it's Ephesians 11. I think it's Ephesians 3:11. I might be wrong on that. In him we are also chosen, having been predestined according to the plan of him who works out everything in conformity with his purpose of his will. So, the Bible says to us that Aristotle and Plato knocking it out of the park. There is no change. There is the perfected plan, and there are the mistakes of people missing the perfected plan, but the perfected plan will always become. It's not changing, it's becoming. There is a story that is written out, and it will happen. And there is nothing you can do to stop this. So I want to try and explain, this is a very esoteric concept. So let's discuss it with a parable to try and make this make a little bit more sense. There once was an anthill. Ants had worked together and built a mound on a beach. And these ants had grown very angry at nature for the harsh conditions that they were having to endure day in and day out. They began to plot against nature, devising schemes. The first ant suggested that maybe they could burrow tunnels deep down to drain the water, destroying the ocean. The second ant had a similar suggestion, but this one said, what if we stack ourselves up to the sun, and then we can blot out the sun with our bodies? Another idea, and the ants cheered as they were discussing this new scheme. And then finally, a third ant suggested, what if we gnaw at the roots of all the plants, and then we can take them down and destroy nature by eating its roots? But as the third ant was describing his scheme, the ocean's tide came in and washed them all away. So don't worry about people trying to change things. Stop worrying about people trying to make society different. They can't. They never will. Satan has been trying to make good evil and evil good for all of history, and he has still failed. We all know in our hearts what is good and what is evil. And there is no trick, no scheme, no technology, no mysticism that exists on this earth that will ever change that fact. Now, of course, we are going to continue to miss the mark, but we should continue to aim for that protection, like that perfection that Plato talked about. Sometimes we're going to aim for that perfection and we're going to miss it by a lot. It happens all the time. You see it throughout history. But the ideal will always remain the same. The ideal will never change. And so instead of worrying about trying to defeat nature like the ants did, to fight something that can never be stopped, you should instead focus on becoming. Start becoming what is the ideal form for you. It exists. It's out there. Now, how can you aim to become that? Because what habits you adopt right now and the choices you make today will determine how close you make it to that perfect mark and that ideal. So rather than worrying that the ideal will be changed, because we know it cannot, focus on becoming that ideal and see how great your life prospers. And I think that's a much better focus for you than concerning yourselves with the changes of society, because they do not happen. And so that is our lecture here for you guys today. I hope that helps you out, inspires you. Thank you. Thank you. Wizard bringing you some wisdom once again. We are doing live wizard readings here, by the way. So if you'd like to get a live wizard reading, you got to go to YouTube, comment, say, I would like a live wizard reading, and you will get a reading right here. Boop. I'll do it. It's magic, wizardry, cool stuff. It's basically, imagine like a tarot card reading, except I'm not talking angels, demons, spirits, or anything of the sort. Instead, I'm using magic, illusion, psychology, and things of that nature to produce the exact same results. So you'll be experiencing that here today. So, dearest OPVs, anything I need to address, comments, concerns, thoughts?
We have a reading, but also a question. How do you know what your archetypal self is?
How do you know what your archetypal self is? That's a great question. In fact, this is why philosophy, one of the biggest pursuits in philosophy, is called self-knowledge. So self-knowledge is about learning the answer to that very question. What is the best you that you could be? There are tons of different pursuits to figuring this out. The easiest one being self-reflection. Socrates dialectic thinking, like Socrates teaches. There we go. And, just if this, then that, if this, then that, asking questions. Why, things of that nature. But there are also systems that can really jumpstart you. A big one that I love is Carl Jung's 8 cognitive functions. So by learning your cognitive stack, you can figure out how your brain works, kind of like if you're left-handed or right-handed, but for your brain, and it will show you how you process data. Now, on top of that, once you have your cognitive stack, you can then research archetypes, so characters that are portrayed in art that have the same cognitive stack, which is basically an extreme form of your personality. And from there, that can give you a lot of guidance on what archetypes to research, and you can enjoy them, watch them, things of that nature. So that's a great place to start. If you want to do that for free, I have it on my website somewhere. I don't know. AskAWizardMagic.com. Figure it out. We cater to a group of people that can understand these things. So if you can't figure it out, I'm sorry.
That's the first test.
Yes, exactly. The first test is, can you find my extremely well marketed, very well optimized, user friendly, every single bio link? If you can't find that, I'm sorry, my friend. That's on you. That's on you. I can't just be sitting here, Mr. Promotion, all the time, you know, like they used to do in the old days. I'm going to spell out the URL for you. No. Nope. Not here. You can figure it out. We've had the internet long enough. This goes for you too, audiences of Scott. You guys can figure it out too. Age is not an excuse. My grandma can figure this stuff out. You can figure it out too. Okay? It's that I hate people who have excuses. It's been around for 30 years now. You should know how to click a link. Also, have you noticed this? There's been a paranoia building in the minds of Zoomers. I've noticed Zoomers are some of the least technologically intelligent people I've seen in a long time. It's crazy. It's like it skips a generation, perhaps. They don't understand that, like, you can click a link and go to a website. They think that that's hacking. They literally think like, oh, no, I got a virus. I clicked a link. That's not how viruses work at all. It's insanity. Like, you can just visit websites. You have to like download stuff, give them your information. If you want to get hacked, that's what you have to do. But you can just go onto websites, Zoomers. It's not the end of the world. It's not. I don't know why you're so concerned. It's very, very strange. Like, Google spends billions of dollars to make sure that these scary websites aren't on there to steal your information. So go ahead, click the link. If Google says don't, just go click the button below and then click yes, I accept that it's a non-secure link, and then you'll see a form pop up. It'll ask for your social security number. You want to fill that in, just to make sure and then if you could put in your credit card information as well, that'd be really nice. Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you, Zoomers. Yes, indeed. Now, the IRS is after you. We're taking your mother away from you, Zoomer, if you don't pay me $3,000 in gift cards today.
Walmart gift cards.
No. We only accept Amazon, okay? If we're going to pick between Walmart and Amazon, I don't want to be limited in my selections, okay? OPVs, they're Amazon gift cards only. That's what I want. Plus, I heard that the Amazon has a lot more labor problems. They're very rude and cruel, a lot of slave activity. Well, it's not slave. What do you call it? Indentured servitude? Whatever it is, crimes, horror. Big fan, as you all know. I love it. I love when Amazon does horrible things and everyone else. I support everybody. I love everybody. I love Amazon. I love the liberals. I love the Republicans. I love the New Age. I love them all. I love everybody. Who are we doing a reading for, Peeves?
We got a question from Natara.
Okay. Yes, Natara.
Do you have any tips for newbies for just starting out with tarot cards?
Any tips for newbies if you're just starting out with tarot cards? Yes, I do have a tip for you. Everything you're going to read about tarot cards is a lie. Don't listen to any of it. And reality is that you don't talk to angels, you don't talk to spirits, it's not real. I could just take a regular deck of cards and do the exact same thing. How does it work? Each card is a memory system. So you just need to memorize pieces of wisdom. So what I do is called wizardry. I'm not a tarot card reader. I'm not a psychic. I read books from people way smarter than me, like a lot smarter than me. And then I take a little nugget from them, and then I use this card to remember that nugget. And then I say, oh, this nugget popped up. This is about beginning a new hero's journey. And what is the first step of a journey? The first start of a journey is the most important step. It comes from Plato. The first step is the most important step. And so that's where you're getting your plan in order, making sure you've set your objective clearly and defined. You've made yourself a life plan. You know exactly what you want, exactly how to get here. And here's 3 other people who have achieved that. That's how you begin a new hero's journey, and understand it's going to have ups and downs. It's not going to be easy, and you're going to need to build a group of friends around you so that you can go on that hero's journey. So that's, in summation, what Plato talks about in his quote. And so you just do that with every single card, and you memorize it. And then when people ask you for information, you just pull out the card and bing, bang, boom. I don't know why some of these cards are face up, some of them face down. This is a classic magic trick. I'm not going to do that. So that's all you do. That's how this all works. And anyone who's telling you talk to angels, demon spirits, or anything, they're psycho. Don't listen to them. They're crazy. You should listen to the Bible. That's the only source of true wisdom. Everything else is just scams. They might give you some wisdom. I won't lie to you. I'm not going to sit here and say they won't. But it always comes at a cost, and it's always tricky. It's never real. It's a half-truth. Satan loves his half-truths. Satan's favorite trick is when he can lie with the truth. Very, very big famous scam of his. So instead, just go to the truth. It's much more effective. You'll be a lot happier. And, it's true. I'm talking to the dead, technically, right? Because I've got Plato, I got Aristotle, I got Marcus Aurelius, but I'm talking to them in the sense of reading their books. Their books are them. Their ideas. And I'm bringing those to you. So that's how you get good at the tarot card readings. Abandon tarot and become a wizard. That's bad marketing for me. Don't do that. Instead, just come to my streams, join my cult, and follow me undyingly. Okay? That's what you need to do. Any other things, OPs, that I need to address?
Natara would like a general reading.
General reading coming up for Natara. Let's go. Alrighty. What do we have today for Natara? We're gonna give her some wisdom.
Golden Neon said, Army recruitment ad. The best you can be.
The best you can be. I love it. You know what? I get so much trouble. If you want to hear my full opinions, you'll have to come and join me on Patreon. That's on the Saturday only shows. Go to Patreon, sign up, become an owl today. You get an ungodly amount of benefits for doing so. It's unfair what I do. Self-help industry wants me dead because I give you all of the secrets for so little. But I can't talk about certain stuff. They get mad when you talk about the costumes. Natara. Very cool name. I like it. Ooh, very interesting. Now, Natara, my instincts are telling me that there is a problem with negativity in our life. I'm picking up that particularly there is someone there that I think you're actually aware of this at this point now, but in the past that almost seems to latch on to you wherever anything started going up, whenever anything started getting positive, they were just there to chop it down, weren't they? Just to negative bomb it, to try and say why it sucks and bring the things down. And it was probably very difficult for you to understand, like, why is this happening? Maybe they're just not having a good time. You need to understand that there are people who are captured by negative energy. There are paracosms, which are stories we tell ourselves, and they latch onto you, and people actually see the world through a different view. So when you come in and show a different version of reality that doesn't look horrible all the time, like the fake one they made for themselves, that breaks their reality. That makes them go, no, you have to have horrible life like me. And they try to claw you down to their reality because you represent that they could be something better if they just stopped believing the lies that they believe. And then that gets wrapped into this whole victim mentality, and then they're stuck there forever until they break that curse. So what you need to understand here is the Knight of Pentacles. So the Knight of Pentacles is about taking action in the material realm. So what this is saying is that in the past, you've seen the negative aspects of things, and it has held you back. Now, you have started to break yourself free of those traps, but the key is to keep the momentum going. You need to take action and break through. The negative people keep coming, but you are the juggernaut. You are just punching through, and they are just flying right off you because you keep charging for it. Oh, you can't. Oh, you can't. You won't succeed. This is terrible. You're a liar. You're a scam. This is... They're all trying to pull you back, and you just keep smashing through like All Might, and you will crush and succeed. And so that is what I see popping up there for you. I hope that helps you out. Hope that gives you some insights. Let me know in the comments below if you enjoyed that, and we will move on to what, OPV? What are we moving on to?
Well, we have no other readings.
Okay, very good, very good. Any
So you
questions?
tell me.
Any other questions I should address?
No, sir.
Okie dokie.
What do you think of continuation of consciousness?
What do I think of continuation of consciousness? Oh, it's one of those freaky people. Okay, listen here, Gnostic. I have a challenge for you. Read Thomas Aquinas' Summa Theologica. I dare you. And come back to me, my friend, and tell me if your deranged little subcult that you developed on Reddit has any validity. Because it doesn't. You're insane. My goodness, I just can't stand how people get so easily tricked. Here, you want a cheat code to everything? If they tell you you're God or you can become God, you are being lied to. Atheism. You can be your own God. You can decide what's right and wrong. No, you can't. It's a lie. It's a scam. Gnosticism. You can become Jesus. You can become God. No, you can't. It's a scam. Anytime they tell you that, you're being lied to. 100% of the time, there are no exceptions. Think about it. If you became God, you'd be the most puny, pathetic God I've ever seen. Loki is a better god than you. Hercules is a better god than you. You're a joke. Stop trying to be something you're not. Because what you are is incredible. You're better than angels. Did you know that? If you go full into following God, you're more powerful than an angel. And angels are no joke. So you should consider this. You're going to judge them in the end times. So get your act together. Stop trying to be who you're not. Foolish.
Join a real cult.
Exactly. I just don't know why. They keep falling for it. It's just so bizarre. Speaking of... What do you tell me, Orb? Oh, dearest Orb, I see truth coming through. Oh, what could this be? Oh, it's so clear now. Snowden. Snowed in? We are snowed in? No, this is something far more devious. Snowden. I see. A man we haven't seen in the highlights reels. We haven't seen him in the news for very, very long. The operative known as Edward Snowden shall be arriving in the news very soon. Oh, this is indeed a very interesting piece of information he is bringing to our revelation. Security violations, trust, privacy, it's all gone. Oh, we will see some very, very dark information revealed. But will it change the ways of the world? It will not. People will go on as they always have been, and nothing will be changed. Welcome to the show, everybody. So, what were we doing up here? Did I have a reading or something that I needed to do?
You finished.
Oh, I did?
But
Oh, I'm sorry.
Illusion Owl says she's snowed in.
Oh, Illusion Owl is snowed in. I am so sorry to hear that. We have been struck by a falsicane. That's a hurricane that is known to be false. I don't know if you guys understand this, but they told us every time around this year, every time. They're like, there are big snowstorms coming. You're all gonna freeze and die. Your internet's gonna get wiped out. It never happens. Everything you ever hear in the news from your government, from your news media, from your schools, it's all a scam. Speaking of cons and scams, should I show them my compilation? I gotta show them the new way of looking at reality, right?
Which comp?
Let's do it. Okay, so check this out. So this is how I view reality and why I'm trying to explain this. So you guys are asking me yesterday. I explained to you. You're saying, Tyler, why is it that you want chaos and destruction with the Elon Musk, but you also don't want like things that are bad to happen to them, but you do, and it's all confusing to you, right? So anything that comes through this flashing screen, by the way, if you're on Instagram, you gotta get to YouTube. You're not gonna see anything, okay? Or hear anything for that matter. It'll be a complete waste of your time. So any single time I see a video, I am not looking at it like you do. You guys are getting sucked in and you watch and you go, oh, this is a real thing that has real importance and has real consequences. And so what I'm watching is, so let's go ahead and play this TikTok here.
Can you do me a favor? Can you move the seat forward?
The title of this is, The Lady is the Worst Uber Passenger of All Time.
Yeah, no problem. Hold on. It's very uncomfortable. Is that better? Sorry about that. Well, there's no point in saying sorry. It was already, it was already pushing on my knees, but that's what most of you Uber drivers do anyway. I'm not trying to come off rude, but can you hold on? I didn't even put my seatbelt on.
So you can see, so this is her just being one of the worst, most annoying, horrible people. So what is it that everyone's responses are in the comments? They're looking at it. Oh, this person thinks Uber is a luxury travel. Wow, I would never handle something like that. Wow, I would have just told her to get out. So they're all angry at the girl who's just throwing a fit. You guys have to recognize the reality of this situation. And I think the reason I see the world correctly and you don't is because I'm a marketer. I make these things for companies. You don't get what's going on behind the scenes. So you have to get this through your head. Everything on the flashing screens is a movie. It's a scam. They script it out. There are writing teams, there's directors, there's lighting. This whole thing is an act. Both of these people are actors. They are just putting on a show for you because they want to get your emotions riled up. So the way to properly watch this is not, oh, wow, what a horrible lady. It's not. It's, wow, look at these actors putting on the show of, wouldn't it be terrible if this is a horrible Uber driver? And that's all of the content. Every single one. So you see some guy who's like, listen, guys, I'm telling you, the earth is flat, and here's my reasons why. This is not a man who actually believes the earth is flat. This is a man who is an actor who's writing a script to say something crazy and then say, wow, isn't it funny how I was able to make this crazy idea sound like kind of believable? And also, isn't it fun to just kind of watch a crazy guy rant into a camera? That's all that's happening. It's all a script. It's all an act. It's not real. They don't believe any of it. Now, there are a few genuine people. I searched for them. I'm going to show you one that I found today. Lovely lady. I'm a big fan. I want to have her on the show, and you'll see the difference. I'm hoping that by showing you enough of these, slowly but surely, I can fix your guys' paracosmic trap, and you can start to watch the paracosm, not be in the paracosm, okay?
This right here is loose.
So now what I'm going to do is continue to play the video, but now that you know it's all a TV show and they're just actors, which is what all the content is, now you get to see the entertainment value.
This almost spooked me. Alright. Are you familiar with this area, sir?
Yes, I am.
It's too hot in here. Can I lower this window or something?
Yeah, go ahead.
This is how I like to do. Every time I take an Uber, this is me. This is what I do. Excuse me, sir. Can you change this music? I want you to be blasting this song right now. I need the AC on. I want the windows up. By the way, give me your wallet. I want your money. I want your driver's license. Show me some identification. Excuse me? Are you asking questions? I didn't agree. I didn't consent to a conversation. This is how I am in every Uber. And then OPVs is in the corner going, I don't know why. She always does that. OPVs, why do you do that?
I'm just trying to apologize.
Oh, yeah.
I'm very sorry.
There's no reason to apologize to an Uber driver. They're not people.
Everyone. He does this in the coffee shops too.
Every time. Oh, you should watch a girl try a barista around. Let me tell you, one thing that you cannot find in Montana: any good coffee. Every single one of these people, they're burning this stuff to crap because it's all bad beans that say they don't know a thing about making coffee in this whole state. I've driven up and down every single coffee shop in the whole state. There's not a single good coffee shop in the entire state. Just skip it if you're thinking about getting coffee.
It's really hot in here, man. It's like I'm in the Amazon. It's crazy in here. You're not hot? You know, your seatbelt is really tight around my neck. it really is tight.
It's really tight around my neck.
No, man, no. Yes! Huh? What? Well, then take it off. No, I'm not going to take it off. You showed up late. Sorry about that, okay? I'm sorry. I'm just trying to make you as comfortable as possible here. Well, you're doing a bad job at it. Let me tell you.
Uh-oh.
No, ma'am, I'm not. All I have to do is report you to Uber, and so be it. You will be kicked off this app, okay? This freaking...
Hold on. I'm watching Instagram going bloom, 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 over and over again. Is something wrong? What's going on?
It looks like a party.
What is happening? I got a call.
I have no idea.
And then I closed it, and now it's losing its mind. I don't know. Maybe let's try this.
Looks like a strobe light or something.
Let's try and see if that fixes it. We good? Okay, good. Sorry about that. Go to YouTube.
On my knee, you have to have consideration for passengers when they get in your car. I want another Uber driver. Because all you're doing is running that lip of yours. And don't nobody want to hear what you got to say.
Yeah!
Over there in the parking spot. I'm not going to get out of the middle.
I'm on her side.
All right. God.
So now do you understand why I'm on her side? You get it? It's like cheering for the Joker, you know? Joker's a lovable villain. He's a scary character. Do I actually want some innocent guy to get tortured by a lady like this? Of course not. I don't want that to happen. I love to watch a movie where someone is like that. This is funny. It's hilarious. And you guys can start to see it like that too, okay? It's not... that's what I'm trying to get across. Is that making things a little bit more clear? Does that make sense? Peeves?
Sure, yeah.
Do you understand like what I'm getting at? Why what I'm trying to say? Because they were very confused about this yesterday. Do we need another example? I'll give them another example. Let's go ahead. So here is a lady. So you watch this and you think, oh, this is a genuine girl who's genuinely feeling emotions and is a genuine person.
Friend of mine up here and handed me his notebook begging me to type it up and publish it.
Oh, wow.
And at the time I agreed because I thought it was just a silly little notebook.
Oh, you can tell that this is real based on how it's poorly filmed. So you know it's authentic and telling the truth. What in the world? TikTok just sent me a message saying, we want to give you money. Thank you, TikTok.
Out to get by it.
And yet they banned you.
That maybe it's not a silly notebook. Maybe it's his warning sign.
And, it's his warning sign. Okay, so you watch this and you say, oh, wow. Oh, she got a notebook from her friend. He just ran up and gave it to her and said that she needs to talk about it. She doesn't know, though. Do you think she should read it out loud, guys? Because, you know, it could be his off himself note, okay? That could be the case. Are you interested? So you see that and you think, wow, this is some cringy girl trying to exploit her suicidal friend's mental illness, basically, for views. That's pretty terrible, right? That's a horrible view.
That's wild.
But it's not. What this is a indie book writer who has some scary fanfic that she wrote, and she's trying to publish it for you. That's all she is. She's just an author. She wrote a story. No one would ever buy her story. No one knows who she is. So she made up a little story so that you guys would get invested. And now, if I told you, hey, want to read my horror fanfic? You would never read that. But if I told you, oh, my friend sent me this note and he was very distressed and I was hoping you could help me analyze it. Now, don't you want to hear what I have written down?
It's genius marketing.
Exactly. And so we give her applause. That's really cool. That's a good trick. So that's what she's doing. And as a marketer, I watch and I go, that's impressive. Very good work. So that's the paracosm. We're breaking through. Now, I've shown you the paracosm. I think they're starting to get it. I think they are starting to get it. Here is a genuine sighting. This is what I love. This is my bread and butter. This is my jam. I am scouring the internet for these people all the time. Oh God, I just typed it up and I don't have her link in here. Oh no, please be the right link. Why? Oh no, it doesn't have it in here. Don't worry, I can fix this. OPVs, do something. Put on a show.
In the meantime,
Yes.
Illusion Owl has some big news.
Let's hear about this news.
She says, speaking of news, apparently Elon Musk is searching for a new CEO of Twitter.
Oh, he's searching for a new CEO. Let it burn, boys and girls. Let it burn. Oh, it makes me happy.
Do you want to apply?
No, absolutely not. Oh my gosh. Can you imagine joining the ranks of, I don't use this term often because I think it is overused and kind of cringe now, but beta male. That beta male behavior. Beta male. Can you imagine? I see all these little slimy losers over on Twitter. Why don't we make a poll to see if I could be the CEO? Why shouldn't I be the CEO? The reason you shouldn't be the CEO is because you're an incompetent fool. No one has ever thought of you for the position because you don't have any skills or qualifications to meet the job. If you did, you'd be in consideration, you dummy. That's not how life works. You don't just become CEOs of companies because you're an unskilled winner of a lottery. You get skills. It's not Willy Wonka land. As much as you want it to be, you have to remember at least Willy Wonka was qualifying the people. His whole process, he set up traps and tricks and schemes and moral tests. And even then, the kid can't run. What is a 12-year-old going to know about accounting? It's not going to work. He's going to be screwed. He's like, oh no, we're massively over budget. We're $40,000 is unaccounted for. The IRS is knocking at our door. He's going to be shut down by the end of the year. The health and safety code violations.
You have Oompa Loompas to feed.
It's insanity. And you just I don't understand how these people are so, it makes me so grossed out. This whole group of people. It's all Reddit users. Every Reddit user in the world is this. Every single person who uses Reddit, unironically, except for the sole purpose of promotion and marketing, which they hate the most. Why do they hate it the most? Because they see marketing and advertising and recognize that's someone else doing something with their life, which is proof that I could be doing something with my life. And if I tried to do something, I'd be really good. I'd be great. I'd be amazing, but I don't. I'm better than that. And because of that, they're constantly in this soup of failure and disgust. And so they sit here and they fester. And they are always saying, well, if I was in charge, if I was the president, if I was the king, if I was the special boy, oh, I'd be so special. No, you wouldn't. You would fail. You would fail so hard, you'd just be a dirty, dirty Scar. Just like Scar, I'd be the true king. I'm gonna kill Mufasa. And the whole place is filled with hyenas by the end of the week. It turns green.
Owl says, hey, I use Reddit.
Oh no, you gotta leave.
9,500 karma.
Run! Unless, you know what you should do? Start using your karma to promote Ask a Wizard in every relevant subreddit. I want it everywhere. I write blog posts for them too. It's all purely a marketing funnel. Go check it out. The whole thing is a marketing funnel and they fall for it every time. Speaking of which, 20,000 plus views on Boomer. We got 20,000 over on Reddit.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, they're very easy to weaponize because, you know, they're Reddit users. And so I've got this up here for you. Take a look at this. Okay, this is not like what I was telling you about. So the other people are scams. They're marketers. And I'll show you one more after this as well so you can see the side by side. This is a genuine sighting. This is what I scour the internet for day in, day out. OPBs doesn't get it. She doesn't understand. Tyler, why are you watching videos that have 30 views? Why are you watching people with 1,000 views, 20 subs? Why? Because once in a blue moon, you find this lovely creature.
The creature has locked some precious gems away in a safe. She's checked the safe from every angle and is sure that no one will be able to break in without a key. but she hasn't taken into account the idea that a three-dimensional creature, such as myself, might be peering in from above.
I love her!
She doesn't really...
So she's sitting here so she's coming up with like kindergarten style education to teach you guys about four-dimensional creatures that are stalking you in the but you can tell she 100% believes this. You can see a genuine belief and care. Like, this is not someone who is putting on a marketing scheme to sell you 4D supplements, okay? This is a girl who's just like, no, no, no. This is like Luna Lovegood. That's who this is, and we love ourselves some Lunas around these parts. Absolutely love it. It's adorable.
Even know the concept of above. I could steal these gems without a key and without damaging the safe.
That's true.
And she would have no idea how they were taken. But we should keep an eye out for ourselves. A four-dimensional creature could steal from our safes without a key.
Uh-oh.
Could take the yolk from an egg without breaking the shell.
How?
Appear in a closed room. Or see inside of our brains.
What?
The fourth dimension is perpendicular to all of our normal 3D space directions, and we have no...
Very interesting, because I have been clocked in at least 9 dimensions. I just keep going and going and going. I also have access to the entire multiverse, so I find this entire thing fascinating for myself. But it's very interesting to watch the peasant class try and analyze the dimensions. You know, 4D. I mean, 4D is what I was doing when I was a child. But this is genuine. Okay, so this is someone I'd love to have on the show. I want to be friends with them. And you're sitting here saying, oh, Tuz, you're being condescending right now. You need to stop making fun of her. She's obviously, she's very serious. No, you don't get it. I'm not being condescending. I don't do sarcasm. I'm not a fan. I think sarcasm is for weak men. I don't do it. Women are allowed to use sarcasm, and weak men. I don't do that. I think sarcasm sucks. Occasionally it will slip, but it's weak, and that is not what I'm doing here. I genuinely like her. I genuinely think what she's doing is interesting, and I genuinely... Do you believe her, though? I don't know. I haven't asked her questions yet. I don't know. I'm open to the ideas. I want to hear what she has to do. That sounds like what all the skeptics say, but they're really... I don't have an agenda. I literally just want to talk to her. And I don't know why. This happens to me so often here, where you guys think I'm being condescending. You think I'm being rude. You think I'm making fun of people. And I'm not. I genuinely want to hear her takes, okay? That doesn't mean I think she's right either. It's so simple, and yet in this day and age, it seems like nobody understands it anymore. What has happened to society? Now, the final one we're going to show you here. Fantastic, interesting one. This is how you market a $3 million product to billionaires. Check this out. And first, telltale markers of a marketing stunt. You can see right off the bat, 16 seconds. Whenever they're hitting 15 to 18 seconds exactly, you know that that's a marketing produced thing. They're trying to hit a specific time slot. It's the same thing you'll see with like the 28 to 32 second mark and 58 to 62 second. But they'll never go over 60, so 62 doesn't actually exist. So let's take a look. This is a company selling a $3 million product. I'm estimating, I'm guessing, to billionaires through this marketing campaign. Brilliantly done. So the lie, of course, is saying, oh, we built this ourselves. It's a bedroom for our new daughters. It's the first time they've ever seen it. That's not true. They've seen it many times. This is all set up. Why is it lit? Why is it set up with lighting so that they know when they're going to go in? Why is there a camera crew? Why is there a lady who's guiding them how to act in the background? So all this is, hey guys, we build these cool bedrooms for your children. Cost around $3 million, but take a look at this beautiful thing. Look how happy these kids are. Don't you want to buy one for your kids? Are you a good father? And then the billionaires go, oh, why don't we get one for them for the Christmas, my dear? And so they run this ad. And look at that. Big success. 1.5 million hearts. That's pretty successful if you ask me. Pretty insane, right?
That's a heck of a lot of hearts.
A heck of a lot of hearts. So that's all that's going on. So that is it, guys. That is what I'm talking about. This is how you start to see the paracosms. Watch all of your media like this. There is no exception. The guy who's telling you the news is exactly the same as Steve from Blue's Clues, who's the same as Breaking Bad, who's the same as the YouTuber, who's the same as the person just pointing the camera at their face. Every single person is writing out what they talk about. They are scripting it. They are thinking it through. They're researching other trends. They're trying to recreate them. Everything is a movie. Do you understand now? Is my opinion made clear? Or no?
It's clear to me.
Thank you. All right. Thank you for letting me explain that to you guys. I hope that helped you out. I hope that gave you guys some insights here today. Looking forward to the Saturday show, by the way, because, oh, I guess that's not here. Whatever. Anyway, this Saturday, we're going to be going over a clip I cannot show you here because we will get popped by all the censors. We're going to be watching the illustrious Matt Damon have a full-blown meltdown on the show. It is some of the most interesting behind-the-scenes stuff I've ever seen. It's going to give you a whole window into this realm. You're going to see how these films are made, how fake and inauthentic and disingenuous it is, how everything is just being crafted. And then I want you to take that concept and transfer it on to every single piece of content you see on the internet and recognize there is no difference. It's all the same. Every photo of Logan Paul has been set up. There's a team behind it. There are special effect artists. There are makeup artists. There is a script writer. They take over 100 photos. They send those 100 photos out to small test batches. They see which ones get the most engagement. They pick from those and then post them onto their Instagram. Everyone is doing that. Now, some are doing it better than others, and some are not as effective. Some don't do that level of detail, but they are all doing it on some level. And that's the paracosmic realm, and we're going to break you all free. Thank you for joining us here today. I hope you enjoyed the show. We will not be here tomorrow. Full stop. Enjoy the Christmas music.
Come, all ye faithful, joyful.
Good night, everybody. You're wonderful. You're beautiful. You're amazing. We like you all. Except for the few that we don't. You know who you are.
Come and behold him, born the King of angels. Come, let us adore him. Come, let us adore him. Come, let us adore him, Christ the Lord. Sing, choirs of angels, sing in exultation. Sing, all ye citizens of heaven above. Glory to God in the highest. Come, let us adore him. Come, let us adore him. Come, let us adore him, Christ the Lord. Word of the Father, now in flesh. flesh appearing. Come, let us adore him. Come, let us adore